story to read today. And we're going to start the Bertie fame story, chapter 1 and chapter 2, okay? And one more time, story after reading about it, some Bertie royal story. And we can have to start the Bertie royal story, chapter 3 and chapter 4, okay? Oh, what a kitty dog it, isn't it? And now, are you ready for this two book and two stories? Here we go! First, you can read Bertie Fish Story. Now, sorry about that. It was not a fish story. It was a royal story. And we're going to start for chapter 3. The great day finally dawned. At 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, Bertie knocked at Gran's front door. Gran did a double take. Was this really her grandson? Bertie's big son. And his hair was nearly painted on his wearing a tie. Oh goodness, she cried. I hardly allowed you. You look as you have been punished. Gran looked at the picture of Bertie, dress and hat. And then they set out for the station. Just after 2 o'clock, they presented themselves in the police gates. A man wearing a smart uniform told them those biggest guard and Bertie men's fight. Mountains and studios with a people was spilling out of Maria's white taint. And Bertie started. How was he going to meet the queen with all these thoughts? Inside tent, things didn't they get any better. He could hardly move it out, turning up someone's foot, or being pocketed by a handbag. Bertie saw it. Jelly and ice cream or a water passed by the tree. Johnny cut a cucumber and a sandwich. Bertie took out a crumb in his mouth, and he could hardly have bitches goldfish. He took out him and it's going to be woolly past ever. And everyone was nearly go to Gran, and all they did was standing out of talking and speaking. Golden turned it up. Bertie had been keeping an eye with someone wearing sparkly and down, and there was no sign her. And rate, he's never get a photo, and he was telling his friends. Bertie, his friend, what? Don't eat so fast. I don't say what, say Putin, but I need bird. First, Bertie, he said, can I see if there's any cake? Gran rolled her eyes. If you must, but don't be greedy. Bertie pushed away, drove the crawled onto the spot in the waiter in place of the cakes. Instead of cupcakes, macaroons, and a lemon slice, it was struggle of the waiter sweet bender's old plate. Oh, so was the queen. Queen was at so many delicious food to eat. And there was so many cupcakes, and some of a kind of bread, and yummy cake to eat. And it looks very, very, very yummy. I want to eat the queen's food because it's so delicious. And trickled in the wearer Steve on another side of the slice and stirred it in his plate and then imported him. What are you having this time? Bertie used a lady's plate. Blue dress and matching hat. She was about Gran's age, but it spoke it terribly nicely, and it was reading the news. Oh, yes, thanks, said Bertie. What images might not be your cup of tea, said the smiling lady. Oh, I don't drink tea, said Bertie. I tried once but spit it out. Mean the garden, Bertie. Are you really having a nice time? Honestly, said Bertie, creaming a cupcake on his mouth. Honestly. Bertie loud in his voice. It's that boring, nothing to do. Ah, said the lady. I see. Means look, said Bertie, spraying cupcakes anywhere using the Queen of Benedictines, and it was ordinary and balloons and used. She could see having bouncy castles. The lady seemed to find the tea and nothing, and people could have to do taking off their hats, she said. And Bertie saw outside, grabbed who was being trying to tell them, and something it pointed at Bertie's competition with waving his hands and putting up their fields. And Bertie, who didn't include a mint, was always thinking 4 cakes so they're hurley being greedy. Oh, Bertie needed more cakes to eat. Bertie was seen very hungry. Another people was waiting to meet the lady in a blue hat. She seemed surprising to popular. Well, I enjoyed the advice of dogs. Yes, I've got a dog, said Bertie. He called River. I have Craig's wife, Molly, Polly, Vicky, Corona, and Gemma. Perhaps you'd like to see them? Me? Said Bertie. Yes, my footman will show you the way. The man with black uniform and balloons, and Bertie wondered why the lady was footman and chose to be bad feet. And a heavy case of the dogs was more interesting than people. And he followed the footman out of a tent and a small country yard. And the man stood in the raining 5 fat little croaks and is rolling up the leaves. And now chapter 4 right now. That's where we started for the chapter 4 and the end of chapter 5. Oh, there's no chapter 5 right now. So reading the end of reading the royal story and reading the wedding story. Okay? And now one more time, so the reading about it. The Dirty Birdie Fame Story. Chapter 1. Bertie fang opened the door and burst to the kitchen. I do anything you, dear, anything goes you, everything to me. He sang his grief. Join your voice. Susie groaned. Dad covered his ears. Lovely Bertie, said Mom, but maybe not quite so loud. Mrs. Blue says you should sing it now, said Bertie. I was singing out. We hear you, said Dad, glancing up his watch. It's better to go a little late for inclusion. Good luck, Bertie, said Mom. Just do your best. I try not to cause any trouble. Bertie chopped his cord and he didn't see the trouble to see cause just by saying it. And was just looking forward to his parents talking about it. Bertie is just dad belonged to Posse and Players and is every year the player of the Stroll show at the local 3 years and is larger out of in Verbier. On the TV, it was about operations all over, because around and asking people for more about ends of the rich. And it was say that was just looking about for the children during the cast, and Bertie had jumped into the chest, and he plays in singing and drop on his guitar. I don't do afraiding. He droned. Bertie's not dead. What? I'm only singing. Well, don't. You'll cause an accident was the last try to keep them true. Oh, it was very noisy because of Bertie's song. This looks like a song. It was just a noisy. I'm keeping to gun tune, said Bertie. Now it goes, and it fit. Bertie, shouted Dad, gripping on the spinning wheel, and Bertie left into the silence and the trouble. some people, he thought. It was just couldn't see speed of good singing. At those readers found of dressing as curled, and an ranger for children, and waiting for the pole on the stage. And Bertie, alone in his way, drove the colt, and he found some empty seats next to the pilot boy wearing a large set of brown cap. And it was only how the boy was looking forward and rolled at an old energy, just old Nick. And what are you doing here? Said Nick. What are you doing here? Replied Bertie. If he does not know, I'm going to be on playback, Nick. So am I, said Bertie. Snapped Nick. He was just a student with a beard and anyway a laugh and some 5 boys. He couldn't stand and chase. He did the lavish, said Bertie. Don't you know? She said and dazed her. And Nick removed his cap and smoothed it back here. Anyway, the part is still, do you want? An every digger, said Bertie. Nick shrugged. Sorry, that part and second I'm going to digger. Later, she hasn't been singing yet. Sing Nick's food, and there was thing to eat. The woman was at clipboard, took her around the door. Nick's necklace, she said. The shrivel is ready for you now. And no, Nick. Sorry for a cap and made it for now. And he lavish. Mrs. Lavish missing the times their grandmother. He stung up her tongue and they vanished on the floor. Now, chapter 2 right now for reading the Dirty Birdie theme stories. And now, so remember started for Dirty Birdie theme story chapter 2 and chapter 3, okay? And now, did you have fun? Your rest English country will come back with some better books. And goodbye, and a book journal will be goodbye too. Some Pam's story will be goodbye. For now, for today, that's not a fan story. The theme story will say goodbye for today and let's see tomorrow, okay? And one more time, sorry about that. And some Dirty Birdie Royal story. We can start it for tomorrow. I'll be reading the Royal story, chapter 4, and the end of chapter 5. The end of reading some writing story, okay? So it'll be so fun to read tomorrow. And don't forget to thumbs up my